Hi everyone, this is Heather Lattinen from the Flourish Academy. This is episode 418, and I was working with a photographer friend recently, and she was expressing some concerns about her blog. So she's creating a website, she has a new blog, she's a newer-ish photographer, so she doesn't have a ton of material or clients to post. So she was asking if it's appropriate to post photos of her own children or family or nieces or nephews or anything like that in order to keep her blog, filled with content so she could keep people engaged. And my response to that question was twofold. It was, number one, did you take the photos? If you took the photos, then yes, you can post those photos on your blog. I don't care who is in the photos. And then secondly, I asked, do your kids pay rent? Now we're talking about small children here, so the answer is no. Her kids do not pay rent. Well, then I think they need to earn their keep. Therefore, I'm going to use their faces on everything. I will post them on the blog, on my Facebook page. If I needed some content and I didn't have any photos, yes, I would absolutely use my children. Now her response to that was, well, won't everyone know that those are my kids? I'm always posting my kids. And I said, number one, I don't care. And number two, so what if they do? What is the problem with posting your own children on your blog or your website or your Facebook page? I really don't see an issue with this. You don't have to talk about them as if they're your own children. You can, but you could just say, hey, I was out practicing. I took these great photos. And again, I would use those kids. I would use anyone in my family. I always did. I had no problem doing this. I would take tons of photos of my children when they were small because I was practicing, I was having fun, I loved photography. If you're taking the photos, then yes, you could use them however you see fit. And I absolutely would. And by the way, if you talk about your family and your children, it gives clients and people a way to connect with you anyway. So I think it is perfectly acceptable to plaster your kids all over your website. We were also in the discussion of, do I really need a website? With Facebook and with Instagram or even Pinterest, should I really bother with a website? 100% yes. It's the only platform that you own. So for sure you should have a website. Now the second part to that question was, should I have a blog? I say yes, you should have a blog because it keeps your content up to date, it keeps people engaged, but more importantly, it keeps the Google engaged. So I would have a blog if for no other reason than SEO, to have something that is being constantly updated. So if you have been neglecting your website or if you have excuses as to why you can't blog, I don't want to hear any of them because you are only hurting yourself. Yes, you need a website. Yes, you need to blog. Find a way to make it convenient for you. I teach in the productivity course all about batching your content. So I talk about time blocking and saying, okay, every Monday or every other Monday for an hour or two, I'm going to sit down and write blog posts and I'm going to schedule them out. That is not difficult to do. You could schedule out as much content as you want. This is actually how I approach my screencasting. When I say screencasting, I'm referring to the Lightroom and Photoshop tutorials that you see on the blog and on YouTube. So if I sat down, once a week to record a screencast, it would be terribly inefficient. So instead what I do is I put a list of topics together, I get photos ready, and I record several of those screencasts. Now, when I'm really killing it, and early this year I would sit down in a day, I would block off a day and I would record 15 of them. I would have 15 screencasts. Oh, hallelujah, planned out for 15 weeks worth of content. It was wonderful. Sometimes I am 4 to 6 weeks ahead, sometimes I'm only 2 weeks ahead, but I'm always ahead because I own time and I make sure that I am. When you get behind, the last thing you're going to want to do is blog. So you're going to put it on the back burner because you have to get to your clients. You have to get galleries uploaded. You have to get the photos ordered. Whatever you need to do, you have to get it done. So you put that on the back burner. I would encourage you to just batch it. Just sit down one day a week or every other week. I don't care how often, and batch some blog posts. And if you need to, use your children. I'll see you in the next video.